Hi everyone, and thank you for your interest in the CRO Digital Transformation Update. The following video will be a recording of a webinar that we held yesterday and also of a Q&A session that was held afterwards. We had another webinar last week and we had lots of Q&A from that session as well. So what we've decided to do is combine the Q&A from both sessions and we'll package them into the key themes that emerged and publish those over social media in the next few days. We'll also have some key dates next week for the new system, so if you keep an eye out for that and an eye out on our website. If you have any specific questions on how the new system will impact you, you can feel free to email crocomms@dbei.gov.ie. Thank you. Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome to today's webinar, the CRO Digital Transformation Update. My name is Toolan and I'll be moderating today's session. Claudine Forrest will be presenting and she will give you an overview of the upcoming changes to the CRO IT systems. We will have approximately 15 minutes at the end of the presentation for Q&A. So at the bottom of your screen, you should see the chat icon, and if you click on that, the chat feature will pop up. We'll also be recording today's session for publication and we'll publish all of the Q&A from today. So to start, I'd just like to remind everyone to keep your cameras off and your microphones on mute during the presentation. And thank you for taking time out to be here today. I hope you useful. So I'll hand you over to Claudine now. Thanks, Claudine.
Morning, everyone. Thanks, Carol. So today, what I would like to do is cover why we are doing this. What will the new system for you as customers? I'm going to give you a sneak peek at the new customer portal and some key aspects of that. I'm going to speak around the key dates and changes, and then I will answer your questions at the end that you can enter into the chat section. So why are we doing this? First of all, I suppose our existing system is 22 years old. It has served us well. It has evolved massively during all of those years. Began actually quite small and very different to what it is now, but because of its evolution and advances in technology, it has outgrown itself and it was time to change. It's taken us 3 years to get to this point. We're very excited, well, a little bit nervous about going live, but it has to happen, and I think the benefits that we will all see will make it all very worthwhile. So in terms of what you will expect to see with the new system, so from a portal point of view, the benefits are that it will be a one-stop shop for all CRO customers. You will be able to do all your business, all your interactive business with the CRO in this portal, including the search. You'll have more of a more intuitive and streamlined experience. It certainly is more modern looking platform. It's more organized looking. It should be very easy and straightforward for you to navigate around. While you're doing that, there's an enhanced search functionality. It's now possible to search all of the registers in the one place. It's also, including the auditor's register and the disqualified director's register. While they're all, it's possible to search for all of those at the moment, they're not all in the one place. So we're doing that. We're doing integrated document ordering, which means that when you order a document, instead of having it emailed to you, it will now be downloadable from your portal. So again, you can manage your documents easier, not miss the emails and so on. There will be an increased number of online forms. You'll have your self-service account management where, as the administrator of the account, you can set up users under your account that you can then see. Unlike now, you will be able to see the forms that they are filing and view their workspaces, etc. So it gives you an easier way to manage your operators within your organization if you have any. And then obviously you'll have your usual customer account facilities and be able to top those up during that or on that. In terms of legislative changes, we are making the A1 mandatory online, which at the moment, about 95% of them are filed online anyway, but the other 5% are usually companies being incorporated by individuals and not filing agents. So It means that from now on that customers that want to file a company type other than limited and who aren't members of the FAFRON will be able to do so. We are also introducing merging the two 28-day periods for filing a B1 into the one 56-day period. This again, I think, will make things much easier and much more straightforward message to get out there in terms of the two-step process that there currently is for filing an annual return and then following up with the relevant documents and payment. Now, all of those or any of those elements can be done within the 156-day period up until day 56. So there's no dependency on having to do one thing or the other. They can all be done at any time within the 56-day period. And then we are introducing more than 20 new online forms, which means it will bring us up to having possible to file 95% of CRO forms online. This will lead to faster processing times because obviously we will be pushing out any errors or warnings to you in order for you to be able to recognize where you've made a mistake or forgotten to fill in some information. And so then, therefore, that's reducing the number of sendbacks and rejections that we have to do. And then that, in turn, speeds up the process, along with the fact that because they're online, that makes them faster for us to process too. One of the big advantages too is that they will be paperless as far as the submission is concerned. They will be fully online. You will, if you're not signing with Ross and you're signing with the signature page, you can print and sign the signature page and upload it now. We no longer require the original document. We will accept a scan of the signature page. So now I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the new portal. I don't want to bombard you with too much information. I think, what I'm going to show you now, we're focusing on the B1, but I'll also give you an overview of the look and feel of the portal as well while I'm doing that. So this is what the dashboard looks like. So when you log in, this is what you'll have in front of you. You will have a menu down the left-hand side. So this is your dashboard. That's where I am now. If you wanted to do a search, you'd click here. If you wanted to do a new filing, you can click here. If you wanted to view your existing filings, and I'll show you a screenshot of that now in a minute, you go here. If you're watching companies or if there's any activity on any of your filings, you'll receive messages. So if it's sent back or if it's registered or whatever, you will receive a message here. If you make any orders online, they will all be available here. And then your monetary transactions will be recorded here. And this is your account where you would set up your users or just manage your own information if you want. And straightforward looking. So if I wanted to file a form, I would simply click here and it would bring me on further. If I wanted to do a search, I could start searching here across all of the registers. And then on the right-hand side here, we've got this little graphic, which we call a donut. And that allows you at a glance to see the various stages that your various submissions are at. So I have one draft, one pending signature, and one submitted. If I had any pending payment, I'd see that. So at a glance, you can see at what stage all of your filings are at. Then I move on. And so if I had filed any documents, this is where they are in my filings. It's broken down into the various stages that a filing can be at. So you've got your draft, signatures, your payments, your submitted, your returned, your rejected, and your registered. So again, you could tab into any of these, and you would see the status of any of your submissions and know then what action is required on your end. If you have a submission here, I have one that's in drafts. If I want to complete it, I simply open it and continue. Then this is the search screen. So this allows you then to start typing in an entity name. That will search across all of our registers, as in companies, businesses, RFS, limited partnerships, and so on. Then you have your auditor search here, which is helpful, and the disqualified and restricted person search here too. So again, it's just streamlining it into the one place to know where to go to search for your information. So if I was filing a document, I have clicked on this button here to start filing. Again, we've broken these down into two categories. So you register an entity and update an entity. If you wanted to register an entity, you would click on this tab and it would bring you up only the forms that can be filed to register any entity across the registers. You'll have A1s, you'll have the RFS incorporation document, corporation documents. They'll all be under this tab. I've chosen, and based on the company that I put in, it allows to, sorry, I think somebody has their mic on there. And everybody make sure they're muted. Margie. Yeah. So when I put in the company number, based on the company number that I've chosen, it only presents to me the forms that can be filed. It will only be presented with the forms that can be filed while a company is in liquidation, including the liquidator's returns and whatnot. In this case, the company is normal, so I have the option to file the annual return, B2, and so on, the forms that can be filed for a normal company. Now, if I chose to file a B1, I will be presented with the various B1 types so that I make sure that I'm choosing the right B1. So in this instance, we've streamlined again the types of B1s that you can file. So it'll be possible to file B1X, a B1B, B1 with accounts, first B1, and then a B1 with a B73. So again, you'll be choosing the type of B1 that you want to file before you even begin the B1. So this will help you while you're filing the B1 to make sure that the information, you're on the right type of B1 that you want to be on. Another feature that's included in the B1 now is that the financial statements. So you'll be uploading the financial statements while you're filling in the B1. You have the choice to file the accounts plus the annual auditor's report separately, or you can upload them all as the one document. It's up to you. If you're signing as the electronic filing agent using ROS, you can also upload the certification here too, and that helps. Everything can be uploaded. Any attachment or any form that you're filing through this portal can be uploaded, so there's no paper required at any step of the way. And also we're increasing the size that you can upload to from 5 meg to 8 meg, which should be helpful too. While you're filling in any of the forms online, you will have this bar across the top. Now, depending on the form size, depending on the number of tabs you have. Obviously, the B1 is one of the bigger forms, so I have a lot of tabs here. So as you're going along and completing the information on the form, you will see that here I've made a mistake, or I've left out some information in the company details, and same here for the secretary details. So straight away, at a glance, I can see where there are issues and where I have to make amendments. Otherwise, the green ticks mean that I've completed that area of the form correctly and I can continue. When I'm finished the form and I have submitted it, then I have the option to download the signature file. Once I've downloaded the signature file, and I can then upload this signature file. In this instance as well, based on different work practices within every organization, it is now possible, because their signature pages are being uploaded, that each individual that has to sign any form can get an email and print and sign the form and upload it themselves, or the presenter can upload it. But equally, if there were, say, two signatures required, we would accept 2 separate signature pages. We no longer require that all signatures are on the one signature page. Once the signatures have been uploaded, the option will change to being signed, and it will allow you then to continue. You can continue straight away, or you can wait another time to pay. So the last thing that happens is the payment. The reason the last thing that happens is the payment is because often it happens that, especially with the 28 days thing now, that if you deliver outside the 28 days, then ultimately the fee changes. So because you're paying at the last minute, it means the fee is the fee. It doesn't change. Once you have, it means you've done all the elements of the annual return, and that means then the fee is what it is, whether it's on time and €20 or whether it's late and there are fees, but they will not change. So as soon as you pay, that's it. You will owe no more. What we will also allow you to do, you can pay by credit card, you can pay by account. You can also choose to divert the payment to the customer. So there will be an option when you go in to pay to forward the payment option to them for them to complete online using a card. This again, where there are late fees or large amounts to be paid for various document types, is useful that your clients pay for them directly rather than you having to charge them. But it's your choice, it's up to you. So the new system, the big question is, when is it coming? It is coming in September. We will be announcing the dates next week. We are having some meetings today and tomorrow to finalise the logistics around the various dates. But basically what's going to happen is the CRO is going to shut down for a week. And during that week, we are going to move all of our existing systems and copy them over to our new system. And then that's going to take some time, obviously, because you can imagine the amount of data there is. But in order to do that, we have to shut down because we can't have the old system being updated by, any activity, whether it's filing online or us entering any details onto the old system. So everything has to stop so that we have a point in time and that we migrate that then onto the new system. We expect that to take a few days and then there will be some testing. So altogether, that to take a week. We will then also have a cutoff point for the receipt of signature pages because we have to have those received onto the new system in order for them to take effect. So that's going to be a couple of days before, that cutoff date is going to be a couple of days before we shut down the system. We hope to give you at least 2 to 3 weeks notice, as I said, so definitely you will have dates by the beginning of next week. Now I am very happy to take your questions and thanks very much for listening to me. I hope you found it useful. I'm going to go on camera now and you can post any of your questions onto the questions there by sending the question to the host. Thanks very much. What I will say as well is that if you missed anything today, we will be recording this webinar today and we'll be posting it online for anyone to look over again afterwards. I will also be posting the FAQs that we received from today and last week, and we'll be compiling them and posting the answers to those next week also. So, just a question there. Will the same accounts as the existing ones, or do we need to create new ones? Okay, I presume this is customer accounts. We are migrating all of the existing customer accounts over to the new system. So you will, when you log in first, we will give you a temporary password. And once you log in once, then you'll change it to a password that you're choosing. And then everything that you've done before will be there. I really accept, I'm being asked here, do you think the closing the system during the busiest season is not really ideal for users? I agree, it isn't, but we have to do it. And also during this time, because we've extended the filing of annual returns for other reasons till the 31st of October, it means that actually nobody has to file during the time that we're shut down. So there is some benefit to that. And then ultimately, because we're merging the 228 days for annual returns into the one, it means that actually the peak is changing now till the 25th of November. So you have until the 25th of November. So you will have at least 2 months to file any annual returns that are due around this busy time. If you file any signature pages, regardless of, so somebody has asked when they filed on the 30th of June and they have signature pages and uploads due by the 31st of October. You have to get those signature pages into us before the cutoff, or you're going to have to file again with the new system. Because we can't, all of the existing signature pages that are out there, they're in limbo at the moment, and they either get the old system and migrated to the new, or else they're gone. If they're not migrated to the new system, then they will have to be done again. Well, obviously the accounts and everything else can be, they stay the same, so they can be used again. When will the late fees incur if a return is late? After 56 days from the end. Yeah, so on day 57, the annual return is late, and that means then late fees start kicking in on day 57. Somebody's asking about it, will there be particular arrangements for mortgage forms as in C1s and F8s? We are meeting to discuss that today, so we will publish the arrangements for mortgage forms with the other dates and the other information that we provide next week. So it's something we're very conscious of, and we are looking into it. filing of all forms as they are now, all electronic forms that are currently being filed are filed in the same way in the new system. So he's asking, will C1 stay the same? Yes, they will stay the same. They'll be mandatory electronic and they will be ROS signed. Somebody's asking, will paper forms still be accepted while the system is down? Yes, they will. We will still accept paper forms for all the non-mandatory forms, and you can still deliver paper forms to us, but they won't be entered up onto the new system until we're live, obviously. But paper forms aren't a problem. They can continue to arrive into the office. Somebody's asking there about software packages. We've been fully engaged with the software vendors that provide the various secretarial software packages for the last year or so. They've been testing since January, so they are fully on board with this new system and will be ready with us to go live when we do. Somebody's saying for SAP filings with strict deadline, will those filings be accepted in the week? SAP filings are manual documents, so they will be accepted during the week that we're closed. So somebody's saying, will there be an option for electronic filing agents to upload pre-signed account certification pages, or is it only the financial statements? Yes, as I said, EFAs can upload the pre-signed certification page at any time, and they will be part of the form. If you choose to sign as an EFA, signing with Ross, you'll have the option to upload that certification page. And obviously that can be signed at any stage in the past because it's not a prescribed form. Will the fees be increasing due to the update to the system? No, all fees are remaining the same. When is the old system cut off? We'll be announcing the dates next week and we will give you 2 to 3 weeks notice. Will the old portal stay available? No, we can't have the old portal available while the new system is moving over because it would cause data integrity issues. On the COVID extension, that does not impact for the December 2019 and September 2020 filings, so we are getting less time for this volume of work. Will there be further COVID extension? I'm not aware of any further COVID extension right now. I don't think there are any plans to have a further COVID extension. As I said, the filing deadline for annual return dates of the 30th of September is the 25th of November. Somebody's asking, are there any changes to the format of the B1? No. Content is the same. We thought it was enough to do was change the systems. We've tried to avoid making any changes to the filing requirements of any forms based on the fact that a new system was enough to be going on with. Will the system shutdown be announced next week? Is the system down expected to be a week? Yes. If a signature page generation analysis were not submitted before the new system goes live, subsequently needs to be refiled as a result of this, then deemed late, even though the submission was originally back. Well, that doesn't come into play because if you've already submitted a signature page, you do have until the 31st of October. And once we're live in September, you still have until the 31st of October. So no, signature pages can be late during this time because of COVID. Somebody's asking, will we still have paper forms of the new electronic forms? Yes, we will. Well, we do plan to get it down. Somebody's saying, can paper C1 forms be submitted while the system is down? No, they don't exist. Yeah. No. Somebody's saying that any return that needs to be refiled, if all elements are not completed before the cut-off date, will not have the late fees applied until after the 31st of October. Yes, that's correct. The company has already filed a B1, but the accounts may not be ready until the new system is live. Will the B1 need to be refiled? Yes. Somebody saying, do signature pages have wet ink signatures and when they're uploaded, or can they be used signed with DocuSign? They do have to have wet signatures and then uploaded. We don't accept DocuSign. Is go live expected before the 31st of October? Yes, it's expected in September. Between the middle and end of September, that's when we plan to go live. So yes. And I think that's it. I don't have any more questions there. So I'll give it a minute or so, and if we get no more questions, then thanks very much to everybody for listening to me today. And what was it? And again, we'll be posting the answers to all of the questions and answers that I've given today, plus the ones that came up last week. So that should cover most of the issues. Plus, we'll be also publishing more certainty and clarity around what is expected. This question came in here. Do the accounts can accounts be uploaded to the signature page? Can accounts be uploaded? The signature page is downloaded. Do you upload the accounts and then you upload the signature page? Do the accounts need to be uploaded when filing the B1? And the accounts they do need to be uploaded when you're filing the B1. However, you can start the B1 at any stage in the process. And because everything is fully online and there's no post involved, you can leave it till the last minute if you really have to. And it is potentially possible to get everything done within a couple of days, depending on your work practices. But the B1 signature page certifies the accounts. So that does have to come after the financial statements. Somebody's saying the cut-off from the old system. Any B1s filed before the new system is in place that have not been returned will have to be refiled. Yes, that is correct. You do have an opportunity. We will give you plenty of notice to get the signature pages. But if for any reason you can't get the signature page into us before the cut-off, then they will have to be refiled on the new system. Somebody's saying, can I restate the answer to the previous answer? Will there be an option for EFAs to upload pre-signed account certificates? Yes, there will be an option for you to upload pre-signed account certifications for any returns that are signed by EFAs. We'll publish, somebody's asking how you'll get access to the recording. So we'll put it up on the website and hopefully we'll put links to it on our social media and so on. And somebody again is asking when's the cutoff for the old system. And as I said, we'll be publishing those dates next week. Okay, thanks very much, everybody. Have a good day. Thanks.